What am I forcing you to do? Or anybody else who's trans?
Not be who they feel that they should be. They're not telling you.
No, I mean, you can be anything you want to be. I mean, but you can't be, let's put it this way. You can think whatever you want to think about yourself. You can't be anything you want to be. You can't be Napoleon, you can't be Jesus, and you can't be a member of the opposite sex. I mean, the facts of life are the facts of life.
Hey guys, what is up? Matt Miller here. Watch Ben Shapiro put this woke transgender student in their place when they ask a question that is a bad faith question. It's a question that's meant to demonize him and the things that he said. Ben Shapiro's response is absolutely perfect. Let's check it out together.
Hi, thank you for coming to our campus. My name is Megan. I just have a question about something that you said. You state that American people come first and foremost, American values, American virtues, but you openly support platforms that take away trans people rights and openly do not agree with the fact that men can become women, women can become men.
So number one, that's not taking away anyone's rights. That's a recognition of reality. Also, 2 + 2 = 4 is not a reversal of anybody's rights. Like, anybody's opinion of what they are that runs counter to the actual facts of the situation, you have a right to say what you want to say, but you certainly do not have a right to demand that everybody else say it with you. And that's you want to talk about a violation of First Amendment rights or a violation of basic American rights, trying to use the power of government, as so many people on the left have, to force everybody to say things are false in the name of your personal comfort. That's a violation of rights.
But to force people to do something for your own personal comfort doesn't infringe the same amount of rights?
What am I forcing you to do? Or anybody else who's trans?
Not be who they feel that they should be. They're not telling you.
No, I mean, you can be anything you want to be. I mean, but you can't be, let's put it this way. You can think whatever you want to think about yourself. You can't be anything you want to be. You can't be Napoleon, you can't be Jesus, and you can't be a member of the opposite sex. I mean, the facts of life are the facts of life. And declaring that everyone else should simply go along with what is in fact a counterfactual statement, a delusion, that's a violation of everybody else's rights. So the idea that you get to project onto everybody else your perception of self is so wild and bizarre a suggestion that it erodes the basic standard of truth and fact that is literally the basic for any even human conversation to take place. If we can't even tell what words mean anymore, if the only perception that matters is my own, that is the essence of narcissism. It's just you in a mirror looking at yourself and then demanding that everybody else say about you what you wish to say about yourself. That's not reality. And by the way, it's not even kind to you, because it turns out that one of the realities of life is that you will live a happier and better life if you understand and agree with reality rather than fighting it. Reality always wins. Whether you like it or not, reality always wins.
So in the same way that I guess people kind of have to accept that they won't be accepted, you're taking it.
It's not about being accepted. It's about you have to accept. Let's say if you're a male and you believe that you're a female, or you're a female and you believe that you're a male, you're going to have to accept the baseline reality that what you think is false about you. Okay, if I think that I'm an amazing basketball player, no matter how strongly I think it, it's not true. And it's going to be, I can think that as much as I want to think it. And the minute I get on the basketball court and I put up a jumper that gets blocked by some dude who's 6'5", right, then everybody's going to realize I just wasn't that good at basketball. And no matter what I thought about myself, I still wasn't good at basketball. That's a reality.
Do you think it's fair for the government to take those rights away?
Again, you haven't defined even what the right is that you're talking about. You do not have a right to dictate to me what I think of you. And you certainly do not have a right to dictate to me what I think about reality, especially when what I think reflects reality and what you think does not.
I'm not trying to convince you of anything. It's kind of like the government's trying to tell the people that they can't do something.
You can do what you want to do. You just can't dictate to anyone else what they do about it. That's how human relations work.
How come you can do the same thing?
I don't even understand the question. I'm not doing the same thing. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm literally not forcing you to do anything. I'm telling you to leave me alone.
Ben Shapiro is trying to clarify this person's question because they didn't ask it very well. He's explaining that saying that you can't tell me how to refer to people's pronouns, you can't tell me how to perceive reality. You can't tell me that a dog is a cat. That statement is not an infringement on trans people's rights. What he's actually saying, what the rights messaging on this is what he said at the end there: leave us alone. Stop trying to tell us, put words in our mouth and say that we need to use these terms, these pronouns. We need to change the way that we refer to everything, and our entire mode of expression needs to change. Gendered concepts need to be totally ripped out of society. And it's just making it confusing and stressful for everybody. That's mostly it. So we're asking to be left alone. We're not infringing on your rights. If you come along with this new rule book out of nowhere and you're trying to shove it down everybody's throats, these are the new rules. Those people saying, leave us alone, we don't want to follow these new rules, is not them infringing upon you. You're the one actually going in with the new rule book. And you're being pushy and annoying to people. The people on the right, the people who are on the other side of this transgender debate, they don't think that transgender people should be attacked or segregated out of society or discriminated against in any way. Everybody needs to be treated with respect. However, we can't let a tiny minority of society completely change and boss around and bully us into changing our fundamental perception of reality. We need to be anchored to reality. That's really Ben Shapiro's message here. And being anchored to reality is not attacking somebody else. It's just like the basic fundamental thing that everybody needs to do in order to be rational and logical and to have a real argument. You know, the left's insistence on trying to radically alter our society is what's creating this culture war. There isn't an active right-wing cultural movement, I would say. We're not trying to turn things back to the 1950s. We're not trying to turn things back to the Middle Ages. We're literally just trying to say, stop trying to radically alter our society, our language, and our entire expectations around gender and race and everything. Stop trying to radically change that. And us just saying, please stop, is us, we get called extremists, far-right people or whatever. We're just saying, keep things normal. It's gaslighting in the worst form. And I think, you know, at the election results, we're seeing that most Americans are now aware of this. They're waking up to the fact that cancel culture, political correctness, all this stuff is the pathway to hell. It's the direction to a country that we don't want to live in, where everyone is scared and walking on eggshells all the time, where we don't even know what is true anymore, and we're catering to a small, tiny minority of people who are extremely loud, extremely miserable, a lot of them. That's not the country that I want to live in. So good on Ben Shapiro. I mean, the guy, obviously, he's made an entire career being this bulletproof debater, going into the lion's den, going to college campuses, and especially this is at Vanderbilt University, places where there's a lot of smart kids. And when I say smart, you know, they're intellectual, they're very quick-witted, and they're you know, high IQ kids for sure. They're unfortunately getting wrapped up and hypnotized with this bad way of thinking. You know, they could be smart kids, they could be productive members of society, people that want to build things rather than people who want to be professional victims. Please stop trying to boss us around. Leave us alone, we'll leave you alone. Everybody should be left alone. The government should leave us alone. That is what it means to be a right-winger, a conservative. It means you want to be left alone. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you guys get notified when we post new content. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.